Okay, hi Brad, it's Tim. I've just reviewed the capitalisation plan videos in the Forex Pro Trader course, and I remembered that I'd put this spreadsheet together some time ago when I actually first did the free 7-day course. So I thought I'd revisit this because it does seem to me that capitalisation is still at the forefront of everything, which is quite right and quite correct. What I'll do is I'll just run you through quickly the reasoning for me doing this way, which is you say maximum risk per trade is 2.5%, and I've given myself capital starting amount of 100,000 with a balance of 100,000. These boxes in yellow are figures that I can change, that will change the totals in these other boxes. I can also set a risk reward ratio depending on what risk reward ratio I want, but I've defaulted these to 2, 3 and 4 because that fits in with 2, 3 and 4 in this section here of the spreadsheet. These figures will change, but they will always remain as a 2, 3 and 4 risk reward ratio. These figures are more to do with calculating the number of trades required to reach the next draw up level. The other thing you'll notice is we're currently at draw up level 0. I've allocated this as draw up level 0 simply because we go up to draw up level 1 when our account reaches 150,000. That's when we want to be changing our, in inverted commas, maximum trade size. Down here I've just made a few notes. It's a 100,000 account with a maximum loss of 4,000 on the account, a maximum weekly loss of 2,000, maximum lots in player 10, minimum lots required to achieve a funded account are 140. Our target is 15,000 profit. You can ignore this section here. I was looking at building additional functionality into this. These are just some odd notes I made. You can just ignore those for now. I've stopped working on this spreadsheet anyway. The other thing I recognise is that I know you are in the process of developing capital management functionality as well, built into the website, which is absolutely awesome. This might just serve as a useful guide to get people started, as perhaps either a demonstration video to be put on your website, or indeed as a free spreadsheet that can be downloaded. And again, if you wanted to go down that route, I would probably tidy this up, tart it up, and add some instructions for you at some point, and that could just then sit on your server. People can download that at their own free time and free will. So essentially what we've got, I think I've modelled certainly the first couple of draw up levels. I recognise once we get to draw up level 1, if somebody gets their accounts 150,000, they're going to be funded anyway. They're really, hopefully at that stage, going to know what they're doing, right? So without further ado, I'll just quickly demonstrate this. So it's telling me at 2.5% risk per trade, my standard, or my maximum, perhaps we change that to maximum, standard trade size is 2,500. Yes, these are all in pounds. Like I say, I'm over in England, so we can pretend they're dollars for now, so I'll speak in terms of dollars. So we got our 4 loss rule running totals, so that gives us 10,000 if my maths are correct, which would take our drawdown level 1, so drawdown level 1 within draw up level 0 is $90,000, and then so on and so forth, and we trade down, reducing our trade size as we continue our 4 loss rule all the way down through the drawdown levels. Now, it's fairly obvious to me we don't want to be trading 2.5% on a $100,000 account if the maximum loss we're allowed is $4,000. Similarly, you might get some plank that decides it's a good time to set up Trendline Trader to manage their trades, and then they send you a very panicked email begging you not to ask them for another $99 to reset their account, as happened this week. So again, I get the feeling, if I've read you correctly, that you probably don't really want people to have to keep paying you $99 to reset their account. It's in your interests to get them trained up and get them funded as soon as possible so that they're successful traders, because they're making you money. So in the long term, that works out better for you rather than just having people pay a $99 admin fee to reset their account. So the way I've approached this myself, well, I reduced this to 0.25, which gives me 25 pips at $10 a pip on a one lot trade, 250 maximum. So I've actually applied this as this risk as a per trade, not necessarily as a maximum. I.e., I'm quite happy to have more than one trade open, but I'm obviously certainly not going to have 10 trades open at this stage. I don't think I could cope with that. Probably cope with 2 or 3 trades open at once, and I can probably keep on top of that. So again, these figures are what suits me. It might well suit another trader to have a completely different risk per trade, but this is what I've decided to do, at least in the early stages, hoping to up the trade sizes to accelerate towards a $15,000 target over the next few weeks. But anyway, that's a slight digression. In changing this figure here, it changes these figures here, so it recalculates all of our drawdowns. It tells me where I am, what my account balance will be each drawdown level. Also recalculates the number of successful trades at risk reward ratios 1, 2 and 3, which relates rather to these, not these. Sorry, I beg your pardon, relate to these, not these. So for example, if I change ratio 3 to, let's say, 8 to 1 risk reward, okay, you'll notice it doesn't change any of these figures here, but it will change this figure here to 25 trades. I'll just change that back to 4, and that now becomes 50 trades required at essentially a 4 to 1 risk reward to get us up to our next draw up level. I think that's really more or less about it. Oh, one more thing then. Let's say our balance could go up or down. Okay, so let's say I've had a successful week and I've made 12,500, which would be awesome. That does tell me that I now need 50 trades at these trade sizes. So again, if I have a combination of this and increasing my trade size, let's say I want to go to 1%, that will change these, and similarly it will then change these figures here. So it allows a student to keep track of their existing balance and where they are in relation to the next draw up level, and what they should be doing in order to manage their capitalisation, to stop them, or hopefully stop them either exceeding a maximum loss or maximum weekly loss, but keeping them in the game in terms of, yes, you can still have, you've still got plenty of chances, plenty of trades to be made. Just from my point of view, I think that's fairly important. Really appreciate everything you told everybody on capital management, because it's as I say, it's something I've always relied on to not blow a trading account up myself in the past. Anyway, I'll stop this now. I'm gonna drop you an email with a Dropbox link, so you'll have this video. Feel free to do what you want with it. If you got any questions or need any help with it, by all means let me know. Okay, thanks for listening. Cheers then.